We'll give it a second here. Good morning. I think now we're good. Now we're live. Well, good morning, everyone. You'll notice from my headset, we're just getting things set up. This kind of looks a little ridiculous to have this in the air. There, now I look like I'm a gamer, even though I've got two mics on. We're trying this out, just a little bit new. I'm learning all the YouTube stuff. We're doing all that kind of thing. But I wanted to welcome you to Breathe. This isn't going to be a long show. For those of you who have tuned in from Biblical Minecraft, this will have elements of Biblical Minecraft in it. This will have elements of the Bible in it. This will have elements of just live random stuff in it too. But I kind of figured, and I'd love to hear from you. Morning, Joel. I'd love to hear from you. If you'd like to see something in the show, if you'd like to be a part of the show, there's a number of ways that you can get involved. And certainly we have Discord. We have all the options available to us. We can pipe you in here. I'm sure we can figure that out too. But this is the way just to start our day and to get things rolling. So I'll admit, first things first, how's my levels so you guys can all hear me and all that stuff? I will admit I'm a little nervous. That's reality for me right now. I've been thinking about this for a while, and Breathe has come about as a result of thanks, buddy. Joel, I got to talk to you too about the avocados, man. It's like killer right now. It's like the leaves are beautiful. So I'm actually trying to find my macro lens. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about too, and this is probably not what you do in a show, it's been really cool to see. Actually, Joel, I hope I can mention this, but the avocados have been kind of just a cool thing to get us through winter. A cool project just to kind of see life in the midst of winter, and it was cool because a guy named Joel, who you're seeing on our chat channel right now, who's taken that over and has kind of become the guy for it. So it's been a cool part of my morning. Yeah. So Breathe, this new show, again, this is going to be transforming as we go. Today might be the first and last episode. It might be I kind of doubt that. It might be the first live episode, and then the rest go, everything is up in the air. The rest go recorded. Again, like I mentioned before, it's Biblical Minecraft. It's also just Bible, just starting the day with a good word. The whole thing, let me tell you the origins of where this came from. Even last night there was still some debate. We were trying to come up with a brand that wasn't so niche and so religious that only niche and religious would tune in. Again, I'm not expecting huge numbers, but we'll kind of see where it goes from here. But at first this whole show was called there's a lot of religious ones, and then it's like, no, we're not doing that. But then we came up with this idea of breath, and the first comment was because we want it to be a morning show, morning breath, which is a great it's kind of a cool, we might go to morning breath, but there's not a lot of good imagery associated with morning breath. It's that's the one where you want to stay away from. So we just ended up with Breathe, something that I think a lot of us struggle with, and in light of the coronavirus and COVID, and I know we don't really want to keep talking about that because we're all exhausted by it. And anyone who's actually listening right now, it'd be interesting to see, or it'd be interesting to hear from you, but also just for you to ask yourself this question: what is your breathing like these days? Morning, Sam. What is your breathing like these days? And what I mean by this is if I can take you way back to ancient history, 4 weeks ago, I've given a lot of thought over this. 4 weeks ago, we were in the midst, or 3 weeks, I'm not sure, of busy, but we were kind of all in the zone of like the schedule of the year, getting ready for stuff, going to school, going to work, just regular rhythm, bad news coming, but not really sure, kind of tired from schedule. And then our schedules changed. And so it was very different. It was all of a sudden people stopped breathing and started living in fear. And I mean, even Fortnite caught on to this. It was in Save the World. It was brilliant because it was they had a mission where your only mission to do in this game of trying to survive and kill and do all that kind of stuff was to gather toilet paper. And it captured the cultural essence of fear that we still see today. That's so pervasive. And so where did breath come from? Well, now we're in a different schedule. Now we're in the schedule of, well, you guys know this. You guys know where it's spending a lot of time figuring out how to function in the day without the anchor of school. And then so that first week is just like, feels like a bit of vacation. Okay, Sam, thanks. To be honest, I think my breathing hasn't changed that much. I'm not really in a position where things are, oh, that's awesome. See, and that's great to hear. So Sam, like, I'm not in a position where things affect me much. That's fantastic. So this is a place where, Sam, for you can jump right in. This is like, we need to hear from you. And again, I would say that I'm pretty much the same way. I like this creative space. I like this space where we can actually have lots of creative time. And so for me now, then the challenge becomes, and maybe for you, Sam, maybe for you, Joel, how many times have you been able to, oh, sweet. See, that's exactly what it is. I love when you guys interrupt, and it's awesome. Picking up the guitar again. Why? I did the same thing. Why do we pick up these things that we've all of a sudden left behind because of schedule? Why is there a space where we're so frazzled, we might not be frazzled, but we might just be in the rhythm, whatever it might be. And again, getting back to the intent of the show, this is a long-winded way of just saying this. Breathe, for me, is an opportunity to glimpse that there's something greater than ourselves, or the way God intended us to live. So is picking up the guitar again, could that be something that God has allowed in your life for you just to go, oh, my soul. Yeah. It's incredible. So is the North American schedule actually the best way to go? So here's what I have for us today. Again, these episodes will likely be short, and we may stream things from Biblical Minecraft or whatever it might be. But here's been my impression over the last, I would say 48 hours, but the last little while, in just really trying to explore my own sense of faith. It hasn't changed, but it certainly has asked some very different questions. Is there a space for you to actually allow your soul to breathe? So I'm noticing, Joel, you've got space for guitar. Does that allow your soul to breathe? Even if it is like, and I know it, you're probably far more advanced than I am, but when I first pick it up, I'm like, oh man, I just like the sound, and then I play the same chords over and over and over again because it makes me sound thoughtful, and and then but it still allows me a space to breathe. So here's what I wanted to give to you guys today. Again, try to keep this short, but I agree, Sam. By the way, I think the best schedule is where school starts at 10 and ends at 1. Yeah, I like it too. And guys, yeah, I won't speak on Biblical Minecraft. Here's what I feel like God has been impressing on me, because I know, Joel, you've said I want to do a podcast, and And I agree, guys. Like I've been wrestling with this for a long time because I miss teaching Bible, desperately miss teaching Bible, and we'll be doing some of that. But the this is where Breathe comes from. Again, this could be the last show, and then we move on to the next thing. This could be something that happens every morning. I'm kind of waiting to hear from you guys to see, but got my not my Bible in front of me, but somebody's Bible in front of me. I love this image. I don't love the wording. This is from Genesis 2. Genesis 2. Where'd you go? Oh, 2:7. So if you have a Bible, and if I was. Oh, hey Lucas, morning, guys. Thanks for. Can I just say before I read this, thanks for tuning in. I thought at 8:00 I'd be here alone, and I'm noticing we've actually got quite a few viewers. I just think that's a little hilarious because it's like, what are you guys doing up at 8? School doesn't start until, well, I'm not even sure, but 10:00. And really, do you have to be at the live show? No. How's the 8:00 time for you guys? Is this a good way to start? I love you guys. I miss you guys. Goodness. I can just see Joel. Well, I get up at 7. Here's Genesis 2. I'll try not to be distracted. Genesis 2:7. Then the Lord God formed a man from the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and the man became a living being. Again, I struggle with the wording, so let me maybe reword it, because I'm sure these scholars who did this were much more scholarly than I. But then God formed a man from the dust of the ground. I love that idea. I love that idea of active creation. And he breathes into nostrils. That one's gross because that's like just sort of a weird first aid. We're like, oh no, come up out of the water. Don't think about that image, although I probably put that image in your head now. And breathed into him the breath of life. I think if I'm honest, I need space in my day where I just allow God to breathe into my life. And I don't know if that's as passive as we've made it to be, but where it's like, okay, God, breathe into me. I think it's us also clearing our brains, our minds, our schedule, our everything to sit in silence and to see God at work, or to even just to allow him to breathe life back into our souls. So I'm hoping that's what this becomes. Just want to play something for you. I want to play something that's been really incredible for me. It's something that... Morning! It's something that's been actually quite instrumental in my life. It's the act of creativity, which I think God engages in Genesis 2:7, where he's forming man from the earth. He's forming man from the dust. However that works, I don't really care. The point is, God is intentional in his creating. When he creates, he brings life, and then he breathes the act of life. He doesn't magic wand it or anything sort of cheesy that we see these days, or the typical like Disney princess. Oh, you must kiss her and then she'll be alive. It's a far more beautiful act that we see here. So here's what I've got for you guys today. This is going to break all kinds of copyright laws, which again, I don't care. Morning, Zabby. But I wanted to give this to you guys, and again, we'll take this off maybe my face, which is a good thing too. But I want to give this to you guys, and I'm going to turn off my mic. Morning. And I just want to allow you guys just to try and just sit and just reflect on what it means to breathe and to allow God to breathe the breath of life into you. So here you are. You may recognize this. Then it'll be quiet. Hope that blesses you today. I love the words to that song. It's good to see Annika. It's good to see you online, guys. If you like this, shoot me a message. I think you all have a way to contact me if you'd like to see something here. Again, dreaming a little bit here and just saying, what might God have for us in this space? But I think for today, I think I'd like to leave us with this. May the God who has created the world today, may the God whose mercies are new every morning, including this morning, may that same God breathe his breath of life into you today. I hope you have a great day. We'll maybe catch you guys tomorrow. All right. See you guys.